Okay, what is going on, you guys? You are watching the RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars, All Winners, Season 7 review of RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm your moderator, EricDevontae, with the most amazing co-panelists in the world, Derek and Lawrence.
Hey.
Hi.
Actually, I
Happy
do have
Drag
my
Race
drink.
Review Sunday.
My name is not Derek. This week for Snatch Game, I will be Nelly.
Oh my God.
Do we have time for one more? My gosh. Is Eric frozen?
Mind you, I saw all of that happen, and then I expressed my frustration while being frozen. I'm over it. What was the name, though? Because I see the Nelly Band-Aid.
What happened?
What's the name, though? Because I see the Nelly Band-Aid.
Nelly. Nelly.
I'm over it.
Yeah,
we have to find a way to make that drag.
Which I know.
Okay, well, stay tuned, guys, because next week he'll be releasing his sex tape, I guess.
Oh, Escándalo.
A much more impressive sex tape.
Oh. What does Blair always do?
One of the most iconic moves in Drag Race history. So, yes, as I said earlier, we are covering episode 3, which is the realness of Fortune Ball, which I'm very excited about. I love a ball episode because I feel like that's when we really get to see the queen's skill level, and it's not just about giving looks, but can you create looks as well? Do you have the eye? Do you have the skill set? So this episode, we start off with Jinx explaining her reasoning for blocking Shea Coulee. And she says she feels like Snatch Game may be Shea's only weakness that we get to see this season. So it's kind of like, let's strike while the iron is hot. How did you guys feel about that? Do you feel like it's a valid reason? Do you feel like it is a cop-out? Talk to me.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think that it was not her original reason, but I think that like she needed something to just kind of justify like what she did, obviously. And I guess I can kind of see where she's coming from. I mean, Shea, if she was gonna have a slip up, it would probably be something like Snatch Game. It wouldn't be design. It wouldn't be like acting, just based on previous things. So maybe I wouldn't really call it a cop out, but I mean, maybe.
Yeah. I didn't necessarily think it was a cop-out. I actually thought it was a valid reason. Like, where's Shea going to slip up many times in this season? Maybe a comedy challenge, like outside of Snatch Game, maybe a comedy challenge. And she was doing well on that originally on season 9. So really, there's not that many weak spots for Shea. So I would get her anytime I can. Her and Jinx would be like my go-tos if I'm trying to keep people down. Nelly? Oh, you took it off, Derek?
I'm having an identity crisis right now. In my RuPaul lab. So I definitely think that Jinx is very smart. Jinx is smart, and I do think it was a good decision. The moment RuPaul would have said, Derek, congratulate Shea, bitch, Shea, here's the plunger, Shea.
Period.
Because she is definitely competition, so I think it was very smart for Jinx to block Shea last episode. And I did not expect Snatch Game to be that one challenge that Shea wouldn't do well in, because she is a Snatch Game winner in her previous season. So so I didn't really expect for that logic to be the reason. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Shea is going to excel at something else coming up soon. So block her while you can.
Absolutely. I don't know if we discussed this in our last few reviews or if I was just reading like social media comments, but someone was saying the blocking would be a lot more interesting if you knew the challenge coming for the next week. Like, had you known Snatch Game was next week and you blocked Jinx, it's like, oh shoot, so who wins Snatch Game? You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, I see that. But so far the format, I'm here for it. So we can hop right on to the mini challenge, which we find out this week is Hungman, because, RuPaul loves a sexual innuendo.
Where? Oh, the show.
But And how did you guys feel about the Hungman mini challenge? I'll start with Derek.
I thought it was confusing at first because I think it's a Wheel of Fortune type of like pun joke. Okay, so you guys, I was born in the 90s. Please tell me how Wheel of Fortune works. Because I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that. There's so is it usually like a spin on do they get I've seen it a couple of times, but is it usually like Rue said it's like two what's the T-shirt? Like it's two phrases in one usually? That's how it goes? That's why I
So
was kind of confused.
essentially, it's a guessing game and it's a puzzle. So Wheel of Fortune, you have this huge wheel that everyone
Right.
spins before they guess a letter, and then
Right.
that's how you accumulate amounts of money. And sometimes like there is like $600, $1,000. Sometimes you
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
vacation on the wheel. Sometimes you'll have bankrupt on the wheel. Sometimes you'll have lose a turn. So essentially, what they're doing here is a mixture of Wheel of Fortune and Hangman. And I think that's why it's called Hungman to go hand in hand with the whole Vanna White, flower giving this episode. So
Okay.
yeah, that's essentially what Wheel of Fortune is. I was born in '94. You didn't watch Wheel of Fortune not once.
I did watch Wheel of Fortune, so I know about the spinning, the money, the prizes, and all that. I just don't know what's the thought process behind the phrases that they have to guess.
Sometimes it's just believed to be like common knowledge. Like you're guessing the letters to try and fill it in, and as it starts to look familiar, then you guess what the phrase is. But there's categories. Sometimes it's like food. Sometimes it's phrases like early bird gets the worm. That might be a phrase. Or
got it,
like,
got it.
for some reason, if they're doing something simple, pizza would be something. But it's normally phrases and things of that sort. So yeah, I thought it was a cute concept. Lawrence, what did you think of Hungman?
Pass. I didn't care for it.
It was a cute concept, but it wasn't necessary. On top of it, we see that Jinx Monsoon wins the mini challenge, but she didn't win anything. I'm like, not y'all killing time for free.
Let's see what you want. Nothing. Absolutely
Nothing.
Next, let's bring out the wheel that matters.
Right. So then next up we find out that our maxi challenge is the realness of Fortune Ball.
The wilderness.
Oh.
Is he talking?
Phone freezes. But we gonna be in here. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, there's two of you now.
I know.
Oh,
I just want one to work. I just want one to work consistently.
Okay, great.
So yeah, we find out that we're having the realness of Fortune Ball. The queens have to present 3 looks on the runway. First category is Vanna White realness. Second category is before and after. And then the third category is realness of Fortune eleganza. And they have to make their own outfits. So there's also a twist to this to go in the Wheel of Fortune realm. They are spinning to find out what color they have to design their outfits in. And also the chance of getting money. So we see that Jinx spins and gets lavender. Shay spins and gets white. Monet gets emerald. Jada Essence Hall gets black. Raja gets golden. Evie Ali wins $1,500, then goes bankrupt, and then eventually just gets pink. And then the Vivian wins $1,500 and lands on blue. And then Trinity the Tuck gets red. What did you guys think of this twist?
I thought it was pretty interesting. I think that this was. Did you guys notice there was a disclaimer in the beginning of the episode?
Yes, about the Russia thing or like
like
the red sir. I didn't get it, and it also didn't like come out to me when I was watching it. Do any of y'all get it well enough to explain it?
Well, I think the beginning was that I think the disclaimer was that it makes reference or mentions Russia, a very popular place in Russia, and then I think they just kind of like passively just mentioned. I think was it Trinity? Yeah, Trinity got that one. And I think everything in the world that's going on with Russia and the Ukraine and everything, the war, they've kind of skipped over. Like, why are we acknowledging like Russia right now? Probably would have been the viewers' thoughts, but I think they just wanted to make that known. But I thought it was cute. I thought it was a cool little spin on Wheel of Fortune. And I was really happy for Evie when she won the $1,500, but then bankrupt, I was like, wow. And then the Vivian one, I was like, I like to see the Vivian win. I feel like she's singing into the background a little bit.
In part, I felt like the Vivian got that, and I hope this is not the case because she's not winning anything this season. And I don't want that to be true because I really like the Vivian. So I'm like, hopefully it was just like good luck. But I'm like, please don't give her that as a consolation. I don't know. Lawrence, what did you think?
Pass.
Damn, you really did not care about the early part of this episode.
No.
Drag the whole world of wonder.
No pun intended. Well, I mean, you know, it was whatever. I didn't care that Evie didn't win like the 1500, like the bankrupt. Like I didn't care for that. I feel like these queens work really, really hard, like to like be where they are. Toss them the effing money where you can. Like, why are you like? I get it's meant to be like a gag, but it's also kind of like, you know, like it's a part of like the show. If you're gonna have it be a part of the show, and she has the fortune of landing on both $500 and $1,000, pay her.
Right.
Like it just annoyed me that it was that was annoying to me. Whatever.
And I'm like, you know, you have the money to pay these girls, so
Right.
pay them. Pay the girls. Oh, poor Evie. And I'm like,
RuPaul's
she probably could have used that because she's one of the newer winners. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So okay, we can move on to workroom prep. Do you guys have any early favorites in this challenge? Any predictions of who you know is just going to take it to the top and win?
Shay.
Raja.
Yeah, for me, it was actually Raja, Shay, and Jada. I knew that those three did really well in their I knew that they did really well in the ball challenges in their season. So I'm like, it's gonna be one of those three. Maybe even Trinity as well, because Trinity once again is not one to be slept on. So yeah. So we get into the workroom, and then we hear Monet Exchange talk about how she hasn't done any sewing since season 10, the sponge dress. I'm not going to hold y'all. I was shook boots for her because I was like, if you still giving the sponge dress, girl, you lucky they can't send you home. So, you know, I'm glad to hear that, you know. No, I was nervous to hear that for her. Raja is feeling the pressure, of course, because like Derek said, she is one of the first fashion queens in RuPaul's Drag Race history. I cleaned it up because Lawrence was right. One of the first, not the first, one of the first in RuPaul's Drag Race history. So she is definitely feeling the pressure. And I think rightfully so, understandably so. Jinx is worried about competing with fashion icons. And I low-key felt bad for Jinx. How did you guys feel watching her struggle in the workroom this episode?
Good.
I honestly and sincerely...
You said gutted?
Good.
Oh, I thought you said
yeah,
gutted.
I honestly and sincerely thought I was very excited to see her struggle.
Yeah.
And because I feel like she's a front runner, and I wanted to see somebody like somebody else excel this episode.
Mm-hmm.
So it made me really happy.
Wow, it'd be your own hateful panelist. Your own hateful panelist. I knew Jinx wasn't like a super fashion girl. However, do you guys remember that episode? Was it the ball episode? Was it like the Day of the Dead look she did, and she had like the whole skeleton thing? Yeah, so I don't really underestimate Jinx, even when it's not her strong suit, because I'm just like, she's just really talented. It may not appeal to my fashion eye, but like Jinx is still just really talented. What else do we have? So Shay is going through sketches left and right. Were you guys nervous for her at any points in this episode?
No.
Really?
No.
Can we identify who are the sewers in this group?
Shay,
Raja, Trinity, Shay, and
Jada. Yeah.
Raja, Trinity, Shay, and Jada.
Is it the Vivian, or did she use glue?
I don't know. I mean, the way that the dress was fitting on the Vivian, I'm gonna assume that she sewed it. I don't really see how you can like kind of have it tailored to your body that well if it's glued. But I don't know. Maybe she's like a more like lower level sewer.
Quite possibly.
But yeah.
Quick sidebar: are there any queens that you feel like are not getting good edits in the sense of like they fade into the background, like you don't remember them until you see them again?
Drag the Vivian.
Yeah, I think the Vivian is really like she's not getting like a favorable edit. Number one, we kind of just came off of UK versus the world, where it was just, I don't know, for me, it was just very obvious that for the first season of that taking place in the UK, sponsored by the BBC, a UK queen kind of has to win.
Mhm.
So in my mind, it was just kind of like, okay, you guys kind of got like what it is that like you want. And so like the Vivian being over like on the other side of the pond, so to speak, she's not it's not kind of giving. I think it's slightly purposeful. I will say that. Like just how it's just kind of edited to almost make you kind of like forget that she's like in the competition in a
Mhm.
way, but also because like you're competing with 7 other like US queens. So if they would have tossed in another UK queen that could like kind of banter with the Vivian, that would make for more of like an interesting
Dynamic.
storyline and dynamic like for the show. But because she's kind of like the only one and the only representative, and then there's 7 other representatives for the US, it's kind of like, oh, okay, like
Mm.
then there's the Vivian. It's like a 7+1.
That's
I,
a good assessment.
I don't even
Go
see
ahead,
the
Eric.
girls talk to the Vivian like that. Do you? She gives me the Mean Girls movie when Lindsay Lohan was eating in the bathroom by herself, eating lunch, and like, that's how they treat the Vivian. I'm like, oh my god.
The sound effect was unnecessary. We remember the scenes, Derek. We
I
remember
love the sound effect, actually.
because you love seeing the girls miserable. But I low key don't like that Vivian is getting this edit because she is really sickening. And also you guys don't have the same amount of girls that you normally would have. So I feel like there's ample opportunity to showcase every queen. So don't do that.
Yeah.
Especially for those of us who didn't go as far as watching Drag Race UK. Like, I feel like this is the Vivian's introductory to the US. So, like, give her a fair edit. They're not making her look bad. They're just fading her into the background. And low-key, I feel the same way about Evie Oddly.
Yes, I was just get out of my head. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Yes, I
But
agree.
they're also not measuring up, I feel like, just in general. And it's no shade to either one of them, but I also kind of feel like who's honestly supposed to win these challenges are actually winning these challenges. It's
Mhm.
not like it's no surprise to me that next to Jinx, someone else didn't win like Snatch Game. Like the only
Mhm.
person that kind of came close was Trinity the Tuck, but she was blocked. But she would have lost anyway because the lip sync song was "Rumor Has It" by Adele. Jinx is kind of very a la Adele, just in nature. I
Mhm.
feel like more than like Trinity is, and so I kind of feel like it was kind of geared towards like some of them. I hope that in like the next couple of episodes or so, they'll have like their turn to like kind of shine or something if they did something that kind of catered to like Evie Oddly, right? Like if you did something
Right.
Halloweeny or like a comic strip book thing, whatever. Something that'll cater to like something that like Evie does. But Evie is not gonna win a fashion challenge. I mean, come on. I'm not being rude. I'm just saying like she's not. So
At least
if
not
she
with these girls. She would really have to step outside of her box because I do remember on Evie's initial seasons. You guys
Yeah.
remember when she first the jellyfish that she did was
Yes.
really cool.
Yes.
Then she did this multi-color type of floral thing. She had like the finger waves and then it was like
Yeah,
the
I
purples and
remember
the reds.
that.
So
That's
she
when she
has the
cursed out
range.
Angie. Yeah, I remember.
She has the range. I just think that when you're in a competition with like a Shay, a Raja, like really established fashion girls, you're gonna have to go above and beyond. You can't like Evie's gonna have to push herself. So I don't know. I think she can do it, but I don't think she's in her bag just yet.
No.
Also, let's get
Give me
into
something else. Give me something else. No.
right.
No.
Something else.
No.
Something else. Do my
I
hair. Do
feel
my hair.
I feel like Evie is not getting a good edit either. As well, like she is
Oh shit.
looking
I'm not
like,
done.
and I
Okay,
hate
here
to
we
say
go.
this because we're uplifting all of our talented queer queens, but she is getting a loser's edit, and it's so annoying because Evie is so dope and talented, and we saw that on her season. Like Ruth said, nobody is doing what Evie is doing. She definitely does have the range, like you said, Eric. And I just really want Evie to um, just come out on top. Like, I mean, maybe not come out on top, but like rise to the occasion. Because she's what happened?
So shady as hell. Nothing.
She is so talented. And everything is very much Evie, but everything just seems like an afterthought. Like all her outfits, just like it's not season 11 drag. Like season 11 drag, her season 11 drag was so. It was bomb, but this season, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. We can't hear you, Eric. Lawrence, are you saying fuck her drag?
That's so funny. That's actually so funny. You have very funny commentary. I love it.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
You're all weak.
No, Eric, we can't hear you, honey. No, I know. My sentiments exactly. I mean, no pressure. The whole world is watching, though. No, he didn't pay that Wi-Fi bill. I told you. I knew it. I knew it.
So while Eric gets his audio situated,
right.
I want to talk about something we didn't talk about in the beginning, and that is this whole idea of Shay making it seem like the plunger does more than what it really does. In the beginning, she was like,
thank you, Derek.
She was like the plunger. She was talking to Trinity because Trinity knows what the plunger does. She's the only other person does. But it's like it's nothing that we don't think it is. Like they know, all the girls know what the plunger does. It just blocks you from winning a star next following week. But they're like, and I'm like, okay, it does not do all that. Okay, but they're trying to throw their competition off. And it was funny. It was funny because they're just so strategic.
Yeah, I agree. Leave it to Shay to come up with something as brilliant as that, like to trick the girls. And because Shay is so well respected, they were kind of believing it for a little bit. Like, wow, maybe she really kind of does know something that we don't know. And Shay's All-Star win is the most recent of all of the winners. Right? Yeah. All-Stars 5.
Who won 6?
Well, Kylie's not on this season. So I just mean
right.
Shay is like the most recent like kind of All-Stars winner. So if she's gonna know like kind of like how twists really work, it's gonna be Shay.
Yeah,
it's really gonna be Trixie, which is the only reason why she won All Stars 3. But I digress.
That just fell in her lap because I really don't think that was something that necessarily was in Trixie's favor. I didn't see that coming. I guess quick diversion, but I didn't see that coming. I didn't think the queens would put Kennedy and Trixie in the final 2. So it is what it is. But that's definitely my mom just rolling things in here. It's not even mine.
We love
but thank you for bringing that up, Derek. Also, what was the other point that I wanted to make mention of? How do you guys feel about everyone knowing about this hidden alliance between Monet and Trinity? Because it got very sloppy this episode. I'm like, why does everyone know about this alliance?
Right. It was a point in the show when they went to Ross Matthews and said, we're starting an alliance. And we want to know, do you want to join? And Ross is like, ask Carson. So they go to Michelle. Michelle tells Rue tells the pit crew.
Right.
And everybody knows now. Like,
and Wow Presents is like, let's actually just make it a show. The alliance.
Right. Wow Presents plus the alliance.
I was like, this is messy. Like, what are y'all doing? Just disband the alliance at this point? And I told y'all last review that wasn't a good idea because they're going to have to send each other up the river. But now that everybody knows, I'm like, man, stop. Get rid of it.
Imagine one of them makes it to the final 4, lip sync Lollapalooza, and the other one doesn't. It was like, you guys wasted your time.
You legit wasted your time. Like, why did y'all do that? I don't know. So, yeah. But, so did you guys have anything else that you wanted to bring up about the workroom, or did y'all want to hit the runway?
Let's hit the runway.
Ooh, bring it to the runway. Runway. So it is time for the realness of Fortune Ball. Now, what I will say is that I don't have all the images of the custom garments that the girls made. So it's like very, we'll see what we get. But if there's any that stuck
I
out
got
to
you
you,
covered.
oh, thank you. If there's any that stuck out to you, please just throw them out there for discussion and then we will get into it. But first up, I have Shea Coulee. How did you guys feel about this gold tooth fairy look?
She needs a manicure. She needs a bra.
Oh, please. Oh, please, bitch.
Nipples is very gutter butt.
I love when somebody makes something super black ass. I actually love this look. But it was a little like, she made this?
No, this is not the one that's made actually.
Oh,
because this
no,
wasn't
she
the
made the
third
white
look.
one.
She made the white one.
Yeah, I like this actually. I do. It didn't present well on the runway, but I like it in this photo.
Lawrence, you're the president of the stand page.
I absolutely love this look. I think that the reason why it probably didn't look the same like on the runway is because you could actually see like her undergarment when she came out. It's a bit distracting whenever you kind of see like a queen's undergarment because then it's like what's going on downtown instead of like paying attention to the garment. But it didn't deter from the fact that like her makeup, I really cannot get over like how she's just amazing. This is a total shoot. And now even just kind of looking at the picture now and just seeing all of the detail, like all of those watches going all up the like it's just really she's just amazing. Love it.
For me, I wasn't in love with this look. I don't feel like it translated well on stage. I don't know if it was because of the undergarments. I just felt like it was a little hodgepodge. In regards to the watches, it wasn't anything new to me because Gottmik did that in her season. So that didn't shock me in any regard. I thought the dress was like your average dress. I hate that I'm doing this to Shea because I love Shea Coulee so much, but I have to be real. I didn't think the dress was anything special. I didn't think the wings were anything extravagant. The hair is always going to be spectacular. The face is top tier. The stone tights, the legs, like Shea's beautiful, but it's just not to the caliber of Shea that I'm accustomed to at this point. So for that, it's not the greatest for me. If we were doing Tudor boot, I feel like I would boot this just in comparison to Shea herself.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to be real, and I love Shea so much. So if you see this,
wow.
She's not wearing the choker either in this, which sort of elevates it in this photo. She's not wearing the choker. She didn't wear the choker on the stage.
She was wearing it on stage or not wearing it on stage?
She was not wearing the choker on stage. At least that's not what I see in the photo.
Maybe because it was repeated. Repeat. Was it repeated?
Yeah, they do the runway twice. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they do the runway twice.
It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not like whoosh, for me. Okay, so I'm just going in the list of which I get them. So we may hit some other ones in like twice. Let me see if I can like this one. We'll go to Shea Coulee. This Vanna White realness. She's the money. She's the money. She's a toot. And it's very simple. It still follows the line of when Shea said that her drag is an homage to the Black woman. It's very that, minus the really high, I don't even know what that's called. But I think she looks spectacular. I think she looks regal. I think she looks beautiful. It's slightly understated, but still expensive. So that's me. Derek?
I think this looks great on Shea. I love Shea in color. Like I really do. I really love. She really just is just so fucking beautiful. I think I don't know if it was either her or Jada, but one of them really made me say, I want there to be a trans woman on Wheel of Fortune. Does that still come on?
Don't get me started, Lion. I haven't watched Wheel of Fortune in years.
I would love some trans representation on Wheel of Fortune as long as they look like this and like this is bomb. Like this is bomb.
I mean, it's 2022. It's 2022. Anything's possible at
It's
this point.
time. It's time.
Yeah, possible. President of the Stan Club?
It's a shoot for me. She looks gorgeous.
A shoot?
Yes.
You know, I feel like if we had limits, you would really have to dial back on that. I really feel like we have a shoot.
It's a shoot.
Okay.
It's fitting her perfectly. The collarbone is like actually adding to the fit of the dress for me. She just the makeup is perfectly blending in. I actually almost feel like Shay in this look kind of has like a bit of like a pink undertone to her face to kind of match like the pink of the dress. Like she just looks amazing to me. Like I think this was, especially for being Vanna White and she's black. I think she looks amazing. She looks
stunning. Yeah. With Shay's makeup skills, I wouldn't doubt that she found a way to like incorporate some type of pink fusion in there to make it come across with the stage lights. Like Shay's just that calculated. Okay, Derek, let's go to your President Fan Club commentary with Miss Monet Exchange. Lawrence.
Well,
sorry.
You know, and this was Bob the Drag Queen Elizabeth, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I get the reference. I do get the reference. I don't really get too much of Queen Elizabeth, though.
Drag her.
I really don't. But I do get the Bob the Drag Queen reference. It's an okay look. It was the before and after. It met the before and after assignment. That's what I'll say.
Drag her like Harambe did the kid. For me, I think.
Oh, Harambe, we miss you. Or Eric's Wi-Fi is dragging him.
Am I out?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
So get out. Guys, episode 4, I will be back home, so we won't have to deal with this. But for now, I feel like with Monet, I see the Bob homage, and I really like that, you know, she's celebrating Bob. I think that's super dope. I just think that if you're gonna do a Bob-inspired look, you have to elevate it, especially because that was seasons ago. That was season 8. We're on season 7 of All Stars. It's about to be like a whole lap. And when Bob did it, there was like lines of paint down the face. And I'm like, this is like, like maybe the index finger and the middle finger of pink paint on your forehead. And I'm like, I really need Monet to stop playing it safe with the fashions. I feel like all of this stuff, this is like stuff you could get Elaine Bryant, Stacey Lane Matthews, if she had a store. Like, I just think it's very local. And I think Monet is sickening. Like we said, the pit stop, her looks are spectacular. That's why I'm like, Monet, what are you doing? And on top of it, she didn't have to make this.
Oh, she chose that. She had an idea. She had an idea and chose this.
Yeah, she did.
You know, I love Monet. Y'all know I love Monet down. I'm going to be honest about her fashion sometimes, but sometimes she gets it right. This wasn't as bad. It's a soft little boot.
Yeah, it's a boot.
But a
I
soft
don't know
one?
why you guys
A soft one?
No, it's a boot. I don't know why you guys are trying to give like this more than like what it is. It's regular old Monet Exchange, not doing it's a boot. Although, I mean, she normally isn't. Eric, if you're talking, we cannot hear you at all. I'm just saying.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought he was. Are you talking? I thought he was saying something. Yeah, no, I don't care for this. I don't really like it. What I think that people kind of fell in love with on the runway, myself included, was how she sold it. Kind of as Bob the drag queen. Like she was kind of like channeling a little bit of Bob. And I think because they do like the sibling rivalry podcast and stuff like that together, people know them together now. Like that's like a thing. And so I would give like the selling of it a shoot because I was like laughing like crazy, like while she was kind of selling it down the runway. But just kind of looking at it, it's a boo for me.
Wow, we are really dragging Black women today.
Okay, well.
Eric, are you back? You're still working, or maybe we can go to Monet's next look.
Eric is so over this. It's so funny.
It's crazy, you guys. So Eric is not at home where he had wonderful Wi-Fi connection last week.
Well,
But,
wonderful is a stretch.
But he was very well prepared at the top of the meeting and had everything ready. So
Hello, can you guys?
Yes.
Oh, hey, yeah, we can
Yes.
hear you now.
There's that voice.
I heard everything, and I'm just like, I can't even participate. Monet, get off the screen. I can't even participate. Okay, Derek, look, you were transitioning into the next look. Please.
Up next, Monet Exchange giving. Do you want to do that? Oh, this is her the look she made, the emerald.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody want to start? Because we can.
I
do this
mean,
now.
I actually loved it. I loved it. I don't think it was anything like super high end. I don't think it was like a shoot or anything, but I think it's beautiful. I think the hair looks great. I think the body is spectacular. Once again, Monet, she wanted to go for a 70s inspired look. I think she pulled that off. I don't know Monet to be a seamstress, like a super seamstress, but to say you haven't sewn anything since the sponge dress, I think that this is serviceable. So for me, it's a toot. It's a toot.
Yeah, I don't care for this look like that.
I agree.
I love Monet. On the runway, it's just the green fabric around like her torso. It was so tight. I can tell that she's wearing a corset underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I mean, she's doing drag, she's sucking it all, and she's creating an illusion. I definitely get that, but I just felt like it was so tight right there and in the crotch area. For her to have sewn this herself, I think, and I think it looks better on the runway than it does in this picture right here. Maybe it's just this
Absolutely.
picture. But because this picture is coming off clown-ish, on the runway it was given Belle at the Ball, sorta.
Maybe
but,
the move.
I'm sorry, you said Belle up the ball?
Sorta. It was.
Wait,
She
what
was.
ball is that?
The money ball.
The eleganza ball.
The money ball. I don't know. I'm
But
trying.
yeah. And then I didn't like that the greens didn't match. But hey, she had to work with what they gave her.
I think that it looked better on the runway because of the movement it had.
Yes. Are those called Herod pants or what are they called?
They're just unflattering pants.
No. Tell us how you really feel, Lawrence. How do you feel about this look?
Pass.
Lawrence, you got to say something.
Oh, okay. Her makeup is beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, her makeup does look great. Doesn't she always serve in the makeup department?
She doesn't always serve in the makeup department, but this is particularly beautiful, yes.
Wow. Drag Black women. I love this.
Okay, so next we have, let's go to Evie Oddly. And this
we didn't do Monet's Vanna White realness.
Oh, do you have it?
Are we only doing 2 per queen? Can we only
It's
do 2
tough
per queen?
because some of them weren't like I didn't see all of them posted, so I just took what I could get because it's not like Drag Race posted the overall review of it. So I was just taking what I could from the Queen's posting because I
Okay.
guess Drag Race was slacking this week. But Derek,
No, they use sometimes they don't. Okay. Okay. So you guys want to? Can we just talk about Monet in this Vanna White look? Okay, because first of all, it's giving legs and hips and body. It was this one. Oh, Eric, we can't hear you.
Lauren,
We can hear you now. Okay, so he will be back in shortly, I'm sure. But did you? How are you feeling about her Vanna White look?
Pass.
Why do you keep passing on Monet?
I don't really like it.
You don't like her?
No, I like Monet, but I don't really like that. All 3 looks that much.
This Vanna White look was giving very much BET meets the Grammys. This Vanna White look, the hair, that this was given very much. This was
sell
given
it,
very.
sell it.
It was given very much legs, hips, and body. This is Vanna White if she was a slut in the 90s.
Right.
That slit was so damn high. Vanna's White hole would have been showing if she would have wore this same dress. This was a lot. This was a lot. This will never be on primetime television. This was slutty. This was not Vanna White.
And was that the moment for you, Derek?
This was important to talk about because this was a slut. This was a slut. Monet
Wait, so you
is so
toot that or
thick.
you boot that?
Would I toot it? I toot it. I would toot it. It didn't meet the. I toot it because she looked good. It just was not Vanna White. Vanna White is not a whore.
So then it's a boot. Like if you're not even meeting the runway category, are you kidding? She didn't look anything like Vanna White.
I'd wear that to the Grammys.
Monet looked like Vienna Black. Vienna Black.
Right. Her ass was about to pop out.
It was. Monet actually did not look bad. I don't think it fit the assignment to a T because she made it too much Monet exchange. And I think when you're in a category, you really got to abide by the category. So it's a toot for look. In terms of category, it's a boot.
You thought that hair was a toot?
But I didn't, to be honest, I didn't like majority of the wigs on that runway. I think the only wig that I did like was Trinity's. And that's only because I know it fit the timepiece. Now I know Raja's actually looks like something Vanna White would have wore, which is actually a whole nother conversation. But Trinity's wig was cool, but like majority of the wigs I saw on that runway, I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I was like, why are these wigs so crunchy? But I realized it was Vanna White realness, and I'm like, oh.
Really quickly, because I know we want to move on to Evie Oddly. Can we just say that this dress was fine for Shay? It was fine.
It was fine.
It was nothing spectacular. It was fine.
It was fine.
I loved it.
You just love Shay, but she essentially did that on All Stars 5.
No, I thought it looked like really, really beautiful on her, and that was the dress that she made. I think that was the one that she made. I believe. Yeah, amazing.
She's talented. She is. I guess because it still fell in the realm of All Stars 5, I wasn't like, psh. But it, you know, in terms of execution, it's Shay quality. It's Shay quality. It wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. It just wasn't innovative from what we've seen from her in the past. Okay, so next up I have Evie Oddly, and she is doing Cardi B Arthur, sorry. And you know,
oh, I hated that wig. Oh,
I hated both wigs.
Not this one.
I hated both.
But where is she finding these wigs? Cardi B Arthur? I didn't get the reference.
Cardi B, I guess because of the
B.
braids,
Arthur
and
from
then
the
B.
Golden
Arthur from the
Girls.
Golden Girls.
Oh, B Arthur from the Golden Girls?
Dorothy.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I get it now.
Mhm.
Wow. Yeah, but she looks good in this picture. Mama looks thick.
Mhm.
Y'all not feeling it?
The thing, Lawrence, you cannot pass. The thing with
Oh.
the thing with Evie for me is that it would conceptually, I think she knocked it out the park in regards to like making it Cardi B and B Arthur. I see the references. Now, in terms of execution, do I like what it looks like in front of me? No. That's where I'm at with it. I think in terms of execution, shoot, you understood it well. No, in terms of concept, shoot, execution, I don't like it. I just don't like how it looks.
Yeah.
And I hate that I'm not able to like root for Evie Oddly, but I'm like it's just not a solid look for me. I feel like queens wearing leotards on the main stage is like a major faux pas.
I just keep going back. Michelle used to eat Vanjie up, but the leotards.
Eat her up.
But I think that's a little bit different though, right? Like Cardi B is like I don't know.
Say what you mean.
Cardi B is like this is something that Cardi B would wear. With like the chest out and everything like that. So I do think that it's a 2. I just don't like it, but it is a 2. It meets the criteria.
It meets the criteria. Is it something that I'm like, oh my god, super fashionable? Am I gonna even talk about this next season? No.
No, I wasn't impressed with any of Evie's looks.
I was slightly impressed with the one that she constructed just because of the way she took. Like, I thought that this was cool. Was it groundbreaking? No, but I think that Evie has a great eye for fashion. I just think that there needs to be some more practice incorporated in there, so that way it can be taken to the next level. Because this, by no stretch of the imagination, is a poor design. I actually think she looks like a nymph, a pink ethereal nymph, but I don't think that it stands out against her competitors. And I think that's the problem.
I think she should dust herself off and try it again. I did not like this pink ensemble. And it's so sad because I still have this hard on for the Boogeyman. But to come back, and I just the pink one might have been my least favorite.
Yeah. Just not giving it up for me. Lawrence, what did you think?
I have nothing positive to say.
This is a beautiful picture, though.
And this is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to see if I have.
What are you trying to see?
I'm trying to see if I have her Vanna White one, but I don't. Derek, do you have it on hand?
I have it on my phone.
I remember it off the top of my head. I just like for visual representation.
We can. I can't show. I think Evie's still on my screen. I love this picture of Evie though. They sell it when they take these pictures after the season. You take Evie off. Oh, I think it.
Oh my god! Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just tutor vote. Let's just go through them. So you have Evie Oddly's Vanna White realness?
Yeah. Is Evie still on your screen?
Yeah, and I'm about to take her down right now.
Vanna White realness.
Boom.
Wow, drag black women.
It's not even about her being black. She could be white, Polynesian, It don't matter. It's a boob.
Polynesian.
It's a boob.
Yeah.
I don't know why she interpreted Vanna White like that. I've never seen Vanna White wear anything of the sort.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Can we just like briefly discuss the fact that like the judges are like not judging this season? I don't know what's going on. When she came out, I thought for sure they would be like almost like offended that she I get like everyone has like a reference point and like a point of view and like, oh, this is how I do my drag and everything like that. Vanna White would never look like that, even while dead. I'm convinced. So to me, I'm just like, what? Why was this not like a talking point during like judging? Like, sweetie, no.
This makes me appreciate Michelle's critiques and like the way that she does, because we're not getting that this season. And I was thinking that about the first episode. I was like, some of these looks you definitely could have like went in, both Rue, Carson, and Ross, Michelle as well. Like they should definitely go in, but I guess it wouldn't look good for them to like go in on their winners. So yeah, I peeped that too. But I just want Rue to be like, what did you fucking say? I love how Lauren said, how are they not offended?
that she looked really bad.
This was Rue's moment to say, that fucking orange hair on fucking Vanna White. This is a game to you.
This is a game to you.
Vanna White was probably standing there like,
who is she doing?
This is like a real person that you're referencing. So I get making things interpretive, but she's standing right in front. Like you actually plan to come. I know that they didn't know that Vanna White was there, but who cares? Like why are you doing that?
Michelle on a regular season would have been like, can you walk me through the process of why you decided to make Vanna White's hair red?
Yes, like everything.
So much.
Everything
what was this?
It was like a little Dolly Parton, a little what is it, Brave. Like it was just a lot of like references, and I'm like, yeah, references on the stage, and I don't know what's going on here. And I think the problem with Evie is that she's trying so hard to lean into being an oddity that she's straying from the script. If they're giving you guidelines to follow the guidelines. We're not even used to seeing Evie Oddly do glamour, so that could have been a chance for her to like really show how much she's grown since season 11, and she didn't. I was like, yo, what's good? What's happening? What is happening? Lauren's perfect description. I don't know what was happening there. Not here for it. Derek, you want to keep taking us through? I still have some images too, so let me know what you don't have, and I'll just pull them up.
I think that was the last for Evie Oddly. Who do you have prepared? Whose other professional photo you have prepared?
I have Trinity the Tuck.
We can go right into her.
Let's go into her before and after first.
Oh my God.
RuPaul Charles II.
I need to look up who Charles II is.
I don't know. I'm not gonna hold y'all though. I was low key here for this. I was actually high key here for this. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was done well.
Who didn't like it?
I think I was reading social media stuff because the judges liked it, but a lot of people didn't like it.
I didn't get RuPaul.
RuPaul
Is it the
Charles
hair?
II. Yeah, it's RuPaul's hair.
Oh, okay.
And I guess
it's fine. It was fine.
It was fine.
It was funny.
Lawrence, how'd you feel? You're a panelist. We want to hear it.
I thought it was a super shoot. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and this
I thought it was
photo
conceptual.
Even emphasized it even more. Just it's very dynamic. It looks very good. And RuPaul would wear something like that, especially in like today's climate. RuPaul season 2, never. But RuPaul now, yes, would wear something like that. And I thought that was RuPaul's hair, 100%. Just really good. She's very, very good at doing drag. Very good. And she knows that she is. That's what I love the most about Trinity.
So you think Trinity's going to take home the crown?
No.
Okay.
You don't think Trinity takes me home looks well?
No.
Oh wow. Okay. I mean, I can kind of see it for her. But so who do I think I actually have all of Trinity's looks. So next up I'm gonna do her Vanna White realness. I
Love.
thought this was the best one. I'm not even gonna hold
Love.
you. I thought this was the best
Love.
Vanna White realness on that
This was
stage.
bomb. Bomb. She looked
Every-
great.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Shoot.
Yeah, shoot. It looks very expensive. Her and Shea Coulee, I think, really hit the nail on the head with the Vanna White realness. For the sake of my Wi-Fi, I'm not even going to dwell too much. It's a shoot for me, Trinity, and then the one that she constructed, which I thought was spectacular.
That is fucking. This is drag. I love this. I loved this. For me, to me personally, in general, I think this hair, I feel like I love the idea, but towards the end, it started to look a little. I can tell where the hair was extended.
It was messing up the illusion for you?
That wig does not go all the way down like that. I feel like there were some pieces added to the end.
Oh, just for the sake of the picture?
No, on the runway.
I
don't know how she did it, but I just feel like once it passed her like shoulder blades, I feel like it just got a little sloppy.
Lawrence?
Yeah, that's probably top 10 best looks on the RuPaul's main stage ever.
You mean constructed or just made, or just like in general?
In general, and the fact that it was actually constructed there.
Oh, and
that just looks. She was working with like a really, a very difficult material. I would think was that latex. I think. Yeah, and it could have gone cheap, but the craftsmanship made it expensive. Her selling it made it expensive. The hair, she remembered that she's in a drag competition. All of this like flat air, pussycat wig, and like all the
drag money.
I'm just saying, like, you are in a drag competition. So yes, do the assignment, toss a little bit of yourself in there and make it drag. Like, you know, like, and Trinity literally did that. She overdid that for me. That's like that's just top tier. There was nothing wrong with this look at all. Nothing. And it easily could have read Halloween. It could have read like, which I could see people wearing something like this for Halloween, by the way. But I mean, just like in general, just like crafting this and however many days that it takes them to, you only kind of get to do this once. So I can only imagine how many sketches she probably went through, like to get it right. How many, it's just, oh my God.
Trinity is truly like one of the greatest queens to ever come on this show. Like Trinity Tuck is one of the greatest queens to ever come on RuPaul's Drag Race.
She has excelled at every runway this season so far.
Yeah.
And it's all her. It's all quintessential Trinity. Like it's all very on brand. Like if you see all her stuff on a rack, you know whose rack it is. So I'm always very impressed with Trinity the Tuck. So I went through all the looks for her. Let's go to Jinx Monsoon. Would you happen to have her Vanna White realness? I know I don't like it, but if you have it, just for visual.
Yes, I do.
That black dress.
Very. Was this like a caftan? Is that considered a caftan?
No, it's giving a little more Elvira. I don't think it's a caftan per se. Does it? Oh no, it is like it's like a cloak. Maybe. Either way, it's
Broadway-esque.
It's a boot.
It's a boot for me.
It's a boot.
But she was one of the first queens that came out and was super gagged to see Vanna White there, which I thought was super cute.
And that's super cute, but the look isn't. And that's the thing. And I need Jinx to really like. I know Jinx isn't a fashion girl, and I hate dragging her on something that's not her skill set, but I just feel like some of her looks, I feel like were things that maybe she didn't get to show in like season 5. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Like I feel like Jinx's aesthetic is not fully elevating, and I know she has it in her because when it was that first episode and she came out all regal and queenly, I was like, this is spectacular. But like, I'm like, Jinx, if you had to buy this outfit and that's what you bought, no.
Do you think that the winner of this season needs to be the jack of all trades? They need to be good at fashion. They need to be good at comedy. They need to be good at Snatch Game. They need to be good at choreo, singing. Do you think they need to be good in all areas to be the queen of all queens?
That's how I rank you. Ultimately, this isn't my show. So Rue's the one that sets the standard on that. But in my opinion, I feel like you should be really well-rounded in each area. That's what makes you an all-star, and that's what makes you the queen of all queens. You know, I want to think of a queen that I know I don't have to think about, oh my God, what is she wearing on this red carpet? Like I know she's about to eat. I want to know that if I put her in a Snatch Game environment, she's going to make me laugh. I want to know that if I put her in a performance challenge, she's going to captivate me and get my attention. That is the jack of all trades. That is an all-star. That is the queen of all queens. I think Jinx is of that caliber. I just think her fashion is lacking. But Jinx is queen of all queens material. I just don't think her fashion is queen of all queens material. So, yeah. But Lawrence, Derek, floor is y'all's. Who wants to go next?
Oh, what for Derek's question?
For Jinx. Or you can answer the question too. Do you think that the winner should be a jack of all trades? Because it's a valid question.
Well, for Jinx's look, I'll just say pass. I have nothing positive to say about that. But I definitely don't think that the queen of all queens needs to be like the jack of all trades. Maybe the Jill of all trades.
What would the difference be?
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. It was me being annoying. Oh, that was me being annoying. No, but I don't actually think that they need to be the jack of all trades. I think that you need to be able to make Rupaul laugh. If you're not funny, I don't think that you should win this show. That's just personally how I feel. And I think that everyone that has won this show, minus
Violet Chachki, because I know that's where you're going.
Well, but that season was geared towards Violet. Just like season 3 was geared towards Raja. Like it was 3 design challenges that season. That's unprecedented, especially for season 3. It's still kind of in its infancy. So I don't think that like everyone that's won is like super hilarious. But I think that one of the things that they all do share is that they can make RuPaul bust a gut. Like they can. Minus season 2, where there was really no comedy challenge besides like that chicken
and the Snatch Game
or whatever that was. Oh yeah, and the Snatch Game. But again, that was the first Snatch Game, so the stakes were very, 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 very low. Those Snatch Game performances, they would stand up in court. I think people respect them because it was the first and because it was funny, but it wouldn't stand up to like today's caliber of like what the Snatch Game is. So I think that it's changed like over time, but I definitely do think that like you just need to make RuPaul laugh. He's created an entire platform just to toss you some money to make him laugh. So make sure that you're doing that. And if you're not funny, I don't think that you're gonna win. Yeah.
Derek?
Are we?
You didn't answer your own question.
I definitely think that they do need to be jack of all trades, but really, I want to say no one's perfect, but we're not asking these queens to be. We're just looking for like out of this bunch, at least 7 other queens that won in the franchise. Just be better than them. Just sort of be better than them or play the game. I think a lot of this competition, somebody said it, I can't forget. I keep forgetting who says it. There's people who are good at drag and there's people that are good at drag race. And I think that we're seeing that, and we see that often with like all-stars when they're being strategic, a little bit more strategic about how they move throughout the competition. But I would love someone who is funny, who is going to give it to us with the fashion and the looks, the personality, the comedy. But I think it's kind of hard. I do feel like Trinity, I don't have to worry about her on the runway in the fashion department. I do feel like she's funny. And I
Super
feel like
fun
comedy
show.
challenges on her own are not her strong suit. I just keep thinking about the roast that she did.
Mm.
But
she's also not a lip sync assassin either, which was very apparent in the last two. Was it two lip syncs that she's been involved in now on this
I
season?
think it's been 2. This one,
she's
and she
not a
was in
lip
the
sync
last one.
assassin, but she's fine. She's decent.
Yeah, she's serviceable. She can get a win, but it's not a guaranteed win. It's not like an Alaska or a Shay. It's not a guaranteed win. Because remember, on the Alaska season of All Stars, it was like anyone you put against her was losing.
Yeah,
But I get what you're saying. Trinity is very close to being a full package. So is Shay. So those type of girls. I'm just gonna lightning round through these to the root. This is Jinx's what happened to baby Jane Fonda.
Boo.
soft too.
I think it's a soft too. I actually thought this was cute. I didn't think it was like extravagant. I thought it was cool.
Let me say what these girls are doing. These girls are looking great in these photos.
Right.
But on the
right.
runway,
It's not given.
but they look great in the photos.
Yeah. That's valid because editing happens too. There's a whole post section. And I think the last one that no, I have some videos. So I'm gonna go to Raja.
Inspired by the Golden Pagoda in Myanmar, it's Raja. Oh, Rue, I bet she can't wait to see how this turns out.
Yes. I look great. It is gold on gold on gold on gold. Golden goddess. She obviously is Miss Universe representing Myanmar.
I don't need to see anymore. That's a shoot. Raja made that. That's a shoot.
Let me tell you something about the Raja robbery that happened this episode. Okay.
Talk about it because I'm tired.
First of all, that was a shooting fucking star. That was a drive-by. Okay. That's she made that. Without her blunt, without her wine, without her dark room or whatever the fuck she said that she comes up with these amazing fucking pieces. That was the best of the night. And I will not take the Raja erasure that is happening behind the scenes with Paramount Plus and World of Wonder.
Are y'all seeing it this season?
What
I don't
happened?
feel like Raja is getting much of a spotlight, and I don't like it.
Raja should have won this ball. And I'm not going to say it again.
Okay, I'm not
Raja
taking that.
should have
I'm not
won
gonna
this.
take, I'm not gonna take that from my
Gotta
face.
just-
Derek, you are going way too far. First of
Raja
all,
should have won this ball.
I can't give it to her.
favoritism of Raja, even in this season. What was that? Olivia Newton-John look, her second look?
That one is why she should not have won this ball. Because
Are
that
you
was
kidding me? The padding itself was like very season one. Like,
I will not take this.
Mimi, I'm not first or second or third. Like, no. And again, the judges really acted like they did not see that. And I'm like, wait.
Go off, Lawrence. Go off. Derek had to take a step back.
No. I think that Raja's look is like top 3 best of the night. Like that whole like look there, because I definitely gagged like when I saw it. But even under that, you still could have given a little bit more body like on that to me to fill out the bottom part of it so that way it didn't look so blocky. And I'm not saying that it wasn't, she made it, it was gorgeous. She looked gorgeous in it. Like, that's great and everything like that. But let's not bypass that. Like let's not make it seem like Raja can do no wrong. She did the fuck wrong on that second look. And everyone is just making it seem like, oh, you don't really see it. I saw it. And I was talking all throughout the entire club the whole time that I was watching it with everybody else. And we're just like, can you shut the hell up? No, the hell I can't. I want to know what Michelle is going to say, what Rue is going to say when they comment on the fact that her padding is like bustling underneath like her actual like garment. It was lazy. It seemed like an afterthought. And I'm just like, why would Raja walk down the runway looking like that? It made no sense to me.
I think she may have been resting on her laurels with the third look because it was so spectacular that I felt like she thought that it would kind of cushion her for her second one. But Lawrence is right. I didn't necessarily peep the padding, but if we're being critical about it, it's really just an off-the-shoulder moment that you could have got from Amazon or like H&M, Zara, wherever the case may be. The pants could have gave American Apparel, the same ones that Bob the Drag Queen won his season on. And then the mustache, you couldn't really see the mustache. So it's like, okay, this is not selling. But the Vanna White was spot on. And then the one that she made was spectacular. So I'm like, why would you drop the ball on the second look? And that's why Raja didn't win. That second look is why Raja did not win. Because had she kept the foot on the pedal, out of there.
I think that Trinity still would have won, even if Raja's second look was.
Trinity didn't win. I mean, well, yes.
I think that Trinity and Raja maybe would have been like the top two. Or, well, no, Jada. I don't know. That would have been like a difficult one.
It would have been more difficult.
Yeah.
But Raja
I mean, I think. Yeah, no. I mean, yeah. But just Raja's last look was a shoot. It was a shoot.
They were very stuck on the second look. I understand that is the reason why she didn't win the challenge, mainly because of that second look. Mm-hmm. But her Vanna White,
beautiful.
Top two.
The hair was crinkly.
But when you see the pictures, it's legit Vanna's wig.
Yeah, no. Vanna wasn't wearing wigs though. That was her hair.
It did
Which
sort
is
of the
worse
color
on Vanna's part.
No, that hair was. If you guys are gonna criticize Evie Oddly, which you should, for having those wigs, then we have to be consistent here.
But that was legit Vanna's wig. Raja posted the picture.
Trinity's wig wasn't crinkly, and she did Vanna.
It was
Vanna way.
It was crunchy.
It was not crunchy.
I didn't think it was smooth. It didn't look human.
It wasn't like the best wig she's put on her head, but it was better than Raja's wig. That's for damn sure. Raja's wig like, can I borrow this from season 2? Like, no.
Raja's wig did look a little Reba McEntire-ish. The color.
Don't drag Reba.
It did give me a little Reba. But the purple, she just held it. I just thought it was very Vanna White. I thought it was, for the most part, very, very Vanna White. I love the dress. I love, like, I'd wear this to the grocery store. I think this is cute. And then skip over to the third look makes up for everything that this makes up for the high gas prices in the United States. This is really bomb.
Okay, like next queen, please. Like, I can't really get.
We're gonna move on to the Vivienne. I only have her constructed gown. So Derek, if you have the other ones ready.
Inspired by the great blue hole of Belize, it's the Vivienne. Turquoise brings all the boys.
I feel like $800 million. This dress is hugging my figure in every right place. Rupaul is looking me up and down, and I know she wants to wear this.
Gorgeous. Yes.
Yeah.
What kills me is when they say, RuPaul is looking me up and down. I know she wants to wear this. In fact, she's going to steal it out of my dressing room later on today. And RuPaul's like, bitch, don't put that on me. I never said no shit like that.
RuPaul would wear something like that.
RuPaul would absolutely. In the earlier seasons, and maybe now too, RuPaul would take that again. I just think it's interesting that Ru tries to keep a poker face unless something really excites her on the main stage. Because like when she said that, they cut to the Vivienne and it low-key could be misconstrued for like a shady look. But Ru said it herself. He's like, beautiful. I can tell you love that dress. I love it too. So, shout out to the Vivienne. I just want the Vivienne to get more good moments. I want the girls to have something to take for their highlight reel from this show. And I feel like now all the queens are getting that edit. So, but I think the Vivienne looks beautiful. I don't think it's a shoot. I think it's a solid toot, though. I think she looks gorgeous.
I think it's a toot.
It's a toot.
She looks good.
Do you have the other looks of the Vivienne?
I do. This is okay. Oh, Princess Diana Ross.
I really like that. That's a toot for me. I thought it was cute. I thought the way that she came out demure. I think the hair is good. Like, I get the reference. I get it. I think it's cute. Are the heels black or blue? They're black?
They look black.
Oh, I wish it was like a dark
My
blue.
question is, I'm not too familiar with how. So Diana Princess Diana was very quiet, soft, and shy.
Very demure is the reputation of Princess Diana. Very like she was social, but she wasn't like your over the top loud. Like you kind of had to warm up to her, or vice versa. That's the
Okay.
reputation. I don't know her. I didn't meet her.
And what about?
I didn't meet her.
You promise you didn't meet her?
Yeah, I would never lie y'all about that. That's iconic.
I feel like you interviewed her on the red carpet at least once.
All right, there was that one time, but she told me not to bring it up. It didn't end well.
Was there a car reference in there?
Oh, I was gonna go there, but way too dark.
Oh my gosh!
Way too dark.
I cannot believe you, honestly.
Oh,
truly.
I didn't say it. You did. Oh God! Wow. This is a bad
that is
moment.
so
I'm gonna have to
awful.
edit this out. I love that I didn't have to edit this, but I will start today.
What about the outfit?
I really liked it. It's not a shoot. It's cute though. It's serviceable. It's a toot. I think it's a toot. What do you guys think? Lawrence isn't saying anything, and for me, that's a point of concern. But I don't know.
I have nothing positive to say.
Nothing at all.
Well, it doesn't matter because RuPaul is looking at it and she wants to wear it.
Because she's from the UK. It's very clear that RuPaul likes the UK queens more than she likes the US. I mean, let's just be honest here. Like,
what an assessment.
No, have you seen the UK version? RuPaul cannot stop laughing. I mean, she really loves those drag queens. It's only the ones that are like stellar. And but as far as like Princess Diana, would Princess Diana be caught in like a jumpsuit? I didn't understand. Like, I'm like, doesn't she wear like literally wear like dresses?
But she's also Diana Ross.
Oh yeah, I have nothing positive to say.
Can we go to
Well,
light well, Derek, please shed some light here because I don't know at this point.
Speaking of having nothing nice to say, let's move on to the Vivian's Vanna White look.
I forgot this one. Oh, the pinkish one. It's giving local prom. Do you remember those girls that didn't have the money to get their prom stuff, so they would have like these foundations that would give girls like dresses from the local thrift shop?
Not the Salvation Army.
Well, it's not the Salvation Army. It's more like it's a prettier name than that. But it's really just like an organization that helps girls get their dresses for prom. And that's what that gives me. It gives me like an average girl that's going to like prom. Or yeah, maybe she's attending a wedding. Maybe she's attending a wedding in support. She's not in the wedding, but she's attending it in support. And she's like probably in the back row.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. Did you guys love it? Either. Does RuPaul want to wear it?
I don't even think
RuPaul would wear a dress like that if it was like kind of retailored and restructured. I think she would love the color, love the length. Like, it's not a bad dress. It just definitely isn't Vanna White. Which again, the Vivian is from the UK. Like, these references are probably not like her speed,
right?
Or like, you know, it's. I don't want to say it's not fair because you're on our
right
soil, so to speak, but it was a good attempt. I will say, like, it was a good attempt. At least it wasn't Evie Oddly or someone else like that did something heinous and Halloweeny for Vanna White, when Vanna's been nothing but like a class act like since then. She made her look nuts. But I think the Vivian, it's a boot, but it's a soft boot. Only because I don't think that she really understood the reference, but she looked pretty.
She did look pretty. I think that the dress is not of the caliber of RuPaul's Drag Race, is what I want to say. And if it is, it's a very early season. And I'm like not even outside of 2. I'm so serious. Like, it's a very early season that dress, like, that's Nicole Paige Brooks.
Wow.
It's an early season of Drag Race. Manila would never.
Not Nicole Paige Brooks.
Yeah, even that's a little elevated for Nicole. That's dragging who? Nicole Paige Brooks?
No, that's dragging the Vivian.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Like,
you're right.
Come on.
You're right. All right, my bad, the Vivian, because I really do like you. All right. Can we get into my fave, Jada Essence Hall? Derek, do you have the pictures? I have the one that she made, but I don't have the other two.
Yeah, let's start with the other two. So my window is open. That's why you guys get a reflection. I'm overseeing the water. But here's her Vanna White look.
I thought it was pretty. I hate the hair. I thought it was very pretty though.
Yeah, they say it's the wrong color blonde.
I don't know. I just don't like the wig. I don't care whose it is.
Not the 10%.
The dress is beautiful for me. I hate the wig.
Now this is prom.
That's very prom. It's very prom. It's prom before the girls started getting fast.
This was okay. It wasn't to the boot.
It's a toot. It's a very soft toot for me.
They went up for her second look, the bag lady in red.
Absolutely stunning.
I didn't get what was so. She looked great. Oh wait, this is not the one she designed? I thought she looked great, but they just thought it was the most sickening thing they ever saw on the runway.
You know, for me, I don't know if it hits because I don't know the reference. I just think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful look. Red is my favorite color. I like the way that the bags were incorporated. I think the hair was good with the turban wrap. Like, there's nothing wrong with that look. I just don't get the reference. The only bag lady I know is Erykah Badu. And, like, I loved it, though. I thought she looked amazing.
I love a zipper.
Mm-hmm.
It was plenty of that.
Lawrence, you're not saying anything.
I have nothing positive to say.
You have nothing positive to say about that look.
Well, not the first look. The second look, she looked beautiful in it. And I totally got the reference. I thought she did a great job in the second look. Was it too?
I guess I don't get what a bag lady is unless it's outside. Like, in the context of Erykah's song, I understand what a bag lady is. But what is your average bag? Just someone who has a bunch of bags?
Yeah. They carry everything with them. But it's also like a play on words like baggage. So
yeah,
like
right,
you're carrying a lot of bags, like because like you have this. But this one is, and there's like a song I believe called "Lady in Red." I don't know if the song is called "Lady in Red." So I think that it was like a reference like to that. So she just used a lot of red bags.
Bag lady, lady in red. Bag lady in red.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reference just went over my head. That's why I didn't have that for me. But she looks amazing. And then this is the look that she constructed, which I thought was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thought it was absolutely beautiful.
I did like this look.
Mm-hmm.
I like this look. I'm loving Jada in this black. I really got to give it up to Jada. I feel like in season 12, she was very pageant-y, but she is coming off so cool this season. Everything is just so different. I love that. She's giving range.
I also think it's her energy as a person. Like, she's had cool energy, but this season it just feels like I'm here. This is what I do.
And she's having fun.
Yeah, that's how it comes across. I'm just trying to have some fun.
Yeah. She's just happy to be there. I love this look. She's a tiny lady.
Very, very tiny boy. Like, she's very small. Lawrence?
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was cute, but it's okay. I guess I'll just do the judge's job for them.
Go on.
This is not like up to par. It's just not like it's nicely constructed, and I think because people really like Jada Essence Hall and they want to see her win, they go up like for it. And I'm not saying that it looks bad, but I've seen much better looks on Jada than this. And if this is like the last impression, it's not that good to me. I don't know. Like, I feel like drag queens should wear hair. Like, I honestly feel like they should wear hair.
I mean, she has a ponytail.
It's small. Make it elaborate. Like, make it like it's drag. I get like the whole reference of being like a female illusionist or like whatever, but it's drag, so you need to kind of drag that element up. If someone else would have came out on the runway with this look, we would have read them. Like, oh, okay, like it's cute. But because it's Jada and it's like you want to see her have like her shine and like what, not you guys per se, but just like a person, like they like her personality, like you guys were mentioning, it's kind of like, oh, okay, well then I can like really acquiesce myself like in it. But if it doesn't like really kind of look good like on everyone, or if it's just kind of like really kind of regular, call it for what it is. It is regular. We've seen Jada on her original season look better than this. Literally. So for me, it was just kind of like, I think considering what the lip sync song was, I think that kind of played into like who won. So were all of her looks like good? Yes. Were they safe? Yes. I don't feel like any of them were like, oh my God, like blown away. So like when you guys were talking about like Raja with like the second look being like as poor as it was, but then the third look being it evens those odds out, no pun intended, right? Whereas like with Jada, it's like all very safe. So it's just kind of like, okay, like we can kind of like throw her like in there. But I honestly don't think that look is like amazing. I really don't. And I think that she knows that she can actually do better as well. But I'm not sure why anyone's not saying that. That's weird.
I feel like her red look is in the top 5 looks of this runway. I do feel like that. I think I get what you're saying. I think it would have been more like if the red one was the one she had constructed as opposed to the black one. Because we've seen how Jada constructs garments. So for her to have made the red one, it would have been like, Jada, go off. Like the skill set is top tier. But because she made the black one and you've seen her make other things that are so much more elaborate, it's kind of like, it's serviceable, but I've seen you go off. You didn't go off, but you did what you needed to do. So I get you, Lawrence, and I appreciate you being Michelle Visage on this panel.
Eric, I'm gonna have to charge you rent. Get out of my head. I swear. I was saying that if she had created the red look, I would have gagged. Like that looks like something that she probably would have created, and I love that.
Right.
I love that.
The gag is she probably did create it just at home. I mean, she is good at like doing. And she made almost all of her looks at like before her actual season. She is like a super seamstress, so she probably did make that look. So that's like the gag part, and I always give credit where credit is due. Jada's excellent at using a damn sewing machine. I've never seen her look busted or anything like that on the runway. And to make like all of your own looks, that's like true talent. So like if I'm judging you against yourself, that's a boot. That's not one of her best looks that she's like given like on the runway, even in her original season. And the whole point of All Stars is elevation in every way possible. So yes, is it different from like the pageantry stuff? It is different from the pageantry stuff, but it still needs to have that drag element, that badass element. Like if you're gonna go there, go all the way there. A train on that would be popping or something like that. I don't know, but
So we find out that this week's top 2 are Jada Essence Hall and Trinity the Tuck. They are the winners of this week, meaning that they get a legendary legend star, and they also have the chance to lip sync for $10,000. And they are lip syncing to Green Light by Beyonce. And I was actually very excited. The budget keeps going up on Drag Race because it's showing in these lip sync songs. Love that. I also love that they kind of took like a semi deep cut from a Beyonce album as opposed to like a mainstream song. How did you guys feel about this lip sync? We know that Jada won. How did you guys feel? Do you feel like Trinity was robbed? Do you feel like the judges got it right? Derek, kick us off.
Well, Raja was robbed. We've established that. But we all have to just
remember.
Raja.
Lawyer present.
We already had the discussion that Raja was the one who was the victim of the robbery that took place on RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars. But I thought that the lip sync was on. I was happy to hear Green Light. I love a Beyonce song. I feel like they've recycled. I feel like they've done that before.
You think?
I
don't
think they've
think
done
so.
that song before on the show.
They've never done Green Light.
Maybe they did Sugar Mama or something.
They did
Oh,
Sugar
maybe it was
Mama.
Sugar Mama. I know they show Beyonce some love.
They did.
But yeah, I thought it was cute. I don't agree with the top two, but I thought it was cute. And Jada definitely, I can tell who's about to win the lip sync because of the camera angles.
I hate it. We discussed this. I hate this. Give the queens ample camera time so that way you keep the viewers guessing.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they keep messing up. But I also understand sometimes, like, if Trinity's wig slips, then you don't want to showcase that. But I'm like, still, just time it in a certain way. Like, give everyone, like, 5 seconds per camera angle. So that way it's not like, oh, I see Jada's about to win. But I digress. Lawrence?
Sorry. I didn't like it.
At all?
No.
Wow.
I don't even really think that, like, Beyonce is, like, a good lip sync, like, artist to lip sync to. Maybe a couple of her songs, but they lack a bit of like a lip syncing, like, elemental, like, flair. I like lip sync songs that are like they have like a almost like a climax in a way, like a pinnacle, like, point. So when you do like Holding Out for a Hero with like Aja and Kamora Black, they were going for blood with each other because every point in that song like elevates what you need to do in order to like kind of like pivot the lip sync. I don't know if that makes sense, but like how you like play into like the lip sync is also like really important to how good like the lip sync is, not just the song itself. So like if you're going to give like a lip sync song, it needs to be one that's like recognizable. Green Light is recognizable, but I also feel like the queens need to really kind of acquiesce themselves like in there, and it's hard to do that with Beyonce because Beyonce is very heavily choreography.
Yeah, you gotta
and
be
so
a
it's
dancer.
hard to like do something else besides the choreography to a Beyonce song. If I was on RuPaul's Drag, I would be acting a damn fool doing Beyonce choreography to all of her songs if I had to lip sync to all of her songs.
Yeah.
Because that's just kind of like the reference point that like people know, and it's hard to kind of do something like else. So I think that it was just like a bad lip sync choice. And I love B-Day is my favorite album from Beyonce to this day. I love all of those songs, but I don't think that it fares well on RuPaul's Drag Race. So
maybe a Deja Vu or a Freakum Dress would have really like gave. You would have still had to do choreography,
like Run the World or something like that, where there's like a bit of like an element of like.
Look at that.
Like a charge up. Green Light is like a mid-tempo song, and it's just kind of like, unless you're just like a gaggy queen, it's not gonna be good no matter who's really kind of lip syncing to it. Because like, what's the climax of the song really? Like, what's the pivotal point? You know?
Yeah. For me personally, oh, go ahead, Derek.
I was just gonna say, just give us another Wrecking Ball performance, and that's it.
What season was that? 10?
That was All Stars 3.
All Stars 3.
All Stars 3
finale.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Why do we need that again?
Because it had a climax.
That was a mess.
It was. I came in like a wreck.
All Stars 3.
That was Kennedy and
Trixie.
When Kennedy was prancing across the stage like a prancing elite. And the dress was going all over the damn place. That was a mess. That was a mess. And I live for a Kennedy Davenport like moment.
Because Kennedy's amazing.
I'm like, come on, this is a mess. Like they.
Well, okay.
I threw you off, Eric. Sorry.
You did, but it was hilarious. I love when it gives us good banter. I love that my girl Jada Essence Hall got a win because I love Jada Essence Hall, and yeah, I was happy about that. I felt like they got the top 2 right. I would have loved to see Raja in it, but I do understand that she threw it in that second look, so it's fair. And yeah, I think for me now the biggest question is, was Raja robbed worse than Raven?
Honestly, yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what?
And
was
I don't
Raja
like putting
worse
two
than
black
Raven?
queens against each other, but I really do think that Raja's dress, the dress that she constructed, might end the war in Ukraine.
Right. Yeah, quite possibly.
I don't see that as a far reach. Lawrence?
Derek, come on. You are really going for broke here. Like, it's beautiful. We get it. But you've seen better on RuPaul's Drag Race itself. Like, that's not the best thing you've seen on the runway ever. Come on. Like,
Girl gave us just what we want.
it was good, but I think you have to win the ball. You have to win all 3 categories. And
That's
this one was
RuPaul
was actually like really difficult, like to just kind of do, like to win all 3 categories. So yeah, it would have been interesting to see what Raja, because we've only seen Raja lip sync twice, which is crazy.
I don't know Raja to be a lip syncer per se.
It would have been interesting to see what she would have did with that
Yes.
song.
Mm.
But at the same time, she didn't deserve it. And if it was between like Jada and what's her name? Trinity the Top, I definitely think that Jada won that, because Trinity is not a lip sync assassin. Trinity is really good at the challenges. That's what gets her to like the lip sync part. But then when it comes to like lip syncing the song itself, it's like
It depends on the song.
I mean,
it depends, because if she can do her wiggling thing with her butt and stuff, if she can play to her skills, then she wins. But if she doesn't have a song that
going against Jasmine Masters when you did that, like Jasmine, I mean, come on. Like, I'm not being rude, but I'm just saying, like, no matter what,
Again, same old fucking shit.
I'm just saying, Jasmine was never going to re-enter that competition. In fact, none of those queens were going to re-enter that competition. I'm just being honest. Like, it's just very obvious. You have Trinity, who was literally killing every damn challenge, to have Jasmine, who went home
the first episode,
to come back and then like slam dunk that lip sync and knock Trinity out of the the way the fan base would absolutely drag RuPaul around the world, around the universe, and then back again, it wasn't gonna happen. So let's put these things in perspective here. She barely won against Charlie Hides in that lip sync. I mean, like, she's not a lip sync assassin.
And didn't Charlie give up?
Charlie just stood there.
No, let's go, Charlie. Yeah.
Not let's go, Charlie. They was saying that.
Let's go, Charlie. Come on, Charlie.
I honestly think we've established where Raja should have been placed this episode. The question tonight, I think, in my opinion, is
I want some of what you're having. What are you drinking again? Oh, this is your.
I want to know. I want to know. Is it chocolate?
I knew it.
It's chocolate.
Is it chocolate?
You know, I think it is. I think it's chocolate.
Lawrence, you encouraged us to have a drink.
You did, and this is the result of it.
Now that I'm telling the truth, you can't handle it.
The truth? Oh, come on.
Okay.
You put a little extra something in your drink. Mine is like straight out the bottle. Yours got some
it's
flakes
straight
in it.
Kool-Aid because you're drinking. You really think that Raja just dropped the ball. Just dropped the ball. All of a sudden, out of everything she's shown us, she just dropped the ball. She shouldn't win the crown.
We have to. Okay, I'll answer all of those like in succession. She dropped the ball. She lost the ball, and no, she shouldn't win the crown. There, I said it.
Oh,
wow, the ageism is real.
Oh,
the ageism,
wow.
the attack on Black women, the all of this and the all of that.
The robbery of Evie Oddly as Vanna White. It's just a lot. And I think on this note, I'm just gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of RuPaul's
Who she blocked?
Drag Race.
She blocked.
Oh, right, sorry. And then we go on to see that Jada blocked Jinx, which is very smart. Do you guys feel like that was a good move? Poor decision?
Yes.
Good decision.
Yes.
Good decision.
Very good.
All right. And, in closing, I would like to apologize to every community that was offended in this review. The older community, the Vanna White stan community, the chocolate eating community, Raven's fan base, and the Black community. I apologize. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching this episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars, All Winners Season 7 review.
I would like to say that I do not apologize to any community that was offended by everything that you said.
I hate that we did this on my channel because I get the backlash.
Also,
the page does not follow the guidelines. This was great. This was great. I hope Raja gets her flowers next episode, and Monet snatched the crown.
Raja did get her flowers. She was wearing it around her fucking neck in that big bouquet of whatever the hell that shit was on her neck. She got it, and she spray painted it gold.
Okay.
I'm so over.
Thank you guys so much. Jason Sky, I am so sorry you are late to the live stream, but you were tolerable on your season, and I'm glad to have you here. Yeah. He said, yeah, it was Deja Sky.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Y'all are wild, bro.